Hi everyone, Amy here, and I have a snarky masculine birthday card to share with you today using a stencil. So here's the inks that I'm going to be using. This is the Date Night collection from Catherine Pooler, and here's the star of the show. This is the shaped ball stencil from A Colorful Life Designs. Now this stencil is part of the April release at A Colorful Life Designs, and here's the card that I'm making for you. I did decorate a little bit on the inside with another snarky sentiment, and here's a nice close-up for you. But this April release is full of awesome stencils, so be sure to check it out after the video. I'll link all the details below in the video description box. If you want to expand and scroll down, you'll find those details there. So I decided to start in with Drive In and Serenade as the first two couple colors, and in usual fashion I'm kind of just winging it and deciding as I go how I want to create it. Now you can absolutely lay down the stencil with some pixie spray. I don't actually have any on here, and you can see I'm not even struggling to hold it down with the magnets. So it is delicate obviously, and it is a shaped stencil, so if you're more comfortable, then a temporary fixative like pixie spray might be a good idea for you. But like I said, between the magnets and holding it down, it wasn't difficult for me at all. So this is a cool stencil. Sometimes Mary Kay at the shop will call them masking stencils, even though they don't have masking pieces. Sometimes if they're just the shape of the design, then sometimes she'll call them masking stencils. So this is kind of one of those of that design where it just kind of encompasses the design right in the shape of the actual stencil, rather than being, you know, rectangle or a 6 by 6 inch square type of format. So I'm just kind of popping through different colors here. I'm using the same blending brush for the two purplish blue colors here, and just working through different spots with the colors. Not really sure again what I'm going to do here, but I'm kind of going heavier handed in spots and lighter handed in others, and I am coming right over the edge of that shaped stencil, just because I do want to kind of show the edge of it. It really adds to the illusion of the shape of it. So now I have the Cummerbund color. This is one of my absolute favorites here. I'm just kind of laying that in some of the residual white space here on the panel, just kind of filling it in. I'm not really sure. As I'm going, I'm thinking like, I don't really want this to look like a globe, but it kind of did, but kind of not. So I'm not sure. You tell me in the comments, does it look like a globe to you, or just some kind of random geometric object? I don't know. Anyway, I thought this would make a really good masculine card, and as you saw in the photos, I did pair it with some really super snarky sentiments. So this would be great for, you know, someone with a good sense of humor that can take some ribbing about getting up there in age. People like my dad or my brother would appreciate some funny snarky cards like this. So now I have a yellowish color from the stamp, or from the ink pad set, and just kind of coming in again, filling in colors. I'm mindful not to get too close to the purple color with the yellow, just because I don't want to muddy up the composition, because they don't really play too well together. But it's fine, you know, overlapping the blues and the greens. Just don't overlap the yellow and the purple so much, because yeah, those colors don't really get along. So I'm just going to put those ink pads aside and show you how this gorgeous stencil looks. Isn't that fun? I think this is such a cool design. So when I'm making masculine or gender neutral cards, I try and just kind of keep it simple. I don't really think in terms of colors per se. I just, you know, create whatever I want, because I think, you know, male or female, that nobody gets to claim any certain colors. But here I just decided to continue on the design on the inside of the card base, and as you've noticed, I'm working directly on the card base. I'm not working on a panel, and this is A2 size 110-pound cardstock. So I'm just going to blend a little bit of the design on the inside just for some continuity from the front of the card, and then I'm going to shop my sentiment book and figure out what I want to use to kind of create the sentiment on the card. And I think at this point I knew I was going to go after the dude sentiment, and that's ultimately what I decided on. I do have the inner and outer portion. This is a die cut from, I think it's CZ Design, so Kathy Zilski, and she creates it for Simon Says Stamp, so I'll link that as well below. But you get the inner and outer portion, and I glued it together here, and then I wanted to come in with these sub-sentiments. Now these are simple strips from Tailored Expressions. You've probably seen me use them countless times now, but this is called The Man, the Myth, the Legend, and it's full of funny and heartfelt and snarky at retirement or Father's Day or male birthday kind of snarky ones about birthdays and getting older. So it's a really fun set, and I was really excited to add it to my stash. Y'all know I have so many of these sets now. I can't get enough. They're just so fun. But this green cardstock that I had white heat embossed on was the perfect complement to this color palette. So I'm just going to attach all the pieces here. I have my little tweezers here, and I'm holding the Dude sentiment, and I'm going to liquid glue it down. I have some Barely Art glue here with a fine precision tip, and I'm just kind of carefully putting that on the back. I'm not sure if I dab it off screen. Oftentimes I'll get a little piece of scratch paper and dab off the excess before I lay it down, just so there's not too much glue gushing out, but I'm not sure if I did that here or not. And I'm just figuring out the layout before I stick it down and make sure it's nice and straight. And then I will use some foam tape. These are little thin foam strips. I get them from Amazon. You can see this is a huge pack. I think 10 sheets or something maybe come in the pack. It's a really good price point. But they're thin foam strips, kind of like the Doris ones, but a little bit lower profile. And I'll use that. And this is actually the only dimension on the whole card, other than a little bit raised from the sentiment. But this sentiment strip is the only, thing even remotely bulky, and the rest will be kind of flush with the card and pretty low profile. So it should be easy to ship. So I'm just going to remove that backer and put that into place under the Dude. And it says, "Dude, you the man, the old man." So I thought that was funny. Just kind of pushing this down here once I'm sure it's straight. And then I will attach the other sentiment on the inside of the card. And again, same color. It goes with the color scheme that I did some ink blending on the inside. I'm just going to use some liquid glue for this real quick, just to kind of put it down. But overall, it's a nice, easy card. So just keep it simple. If you're trying to make masculine cards and you're struggling, or gender neutral, just pick a couple colors and keep it simple. Don't be afraid of white space. Think geometric shapes, things like that. So there's loads of stencils with awesome geometric shapes and designs that will make awesome cards just like this. So be sure to check out the shop. And if you do check out A Colorful Life Designs, don't forget my coupon, AmyFan10, will save you 10% on your complete order. And be sure to check out the rest of this April release because it's awesome. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. It encourages YouTube to kind of share my video around with others. So I appreciate you. Thanks. I'll check you next time. Bye.